Yo, we're back. Nothing did happen. It was only for a few minutes though. But dude, yeah, the storm was coming kind of close. I don't know if anybody's on here right now. We'll give it a couple of minutes. Yo, we're back. McDJ, bro. We're back. So, yeah, dude. Once these sirens kick off, dude, like, I mean, and we live pretty much in Tornado Alley, dude, and it's pretty freaking close to where we are. But man, once those sirens got really loud, like they did just a while ago, about 10, wasn't even 5 minutes ago, man, I was kind of like got a little bit of anxiety for real. Because we'd already been through that massive tornado about 10 years ago, man, and in the school, and it was that was some scary stuff, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That was one of the probably hardest things that ever happened in my lifetime. Period. Physically, emotionally, you name it, dude. There's a whole story, and I'm probably gonna talk about it pretty soon because that's one of the things that made me the way I am today. Made me give up a lot of things, maybe change the way I think, talk to people, interactions, all of it. So, dude, yeah, I'm glad everything was cool. Yeah, you said we have them too, but nothing like y'all. Yeah, and where are you from, man? Because like here, they're like, it's like clockwork, dude. Like every year, but we hadn't had any in a long time. So, I was kind of odd to have one. What, right now in February? Gonna be March? So weird, dude. Really weird. Alabama, yeah, dude, for real. Like most of the stuff nowadays, like the weather, it's like it shifted, and I've been saying that for like the last 5 years. Seems like that heat wave has kind of shifted down to where you are and going into Georgia, so it just has that like that lateral move almost going down there. But yeah, that's crazy. Do you even have a storm shelter? That's what I want to ask you. Is like, do they even sell like a lot of storm shelters down there? Here it's like now it's pretty standard. One comes with every house. So I didn't know if that was a thing for you guys. And if you don't have one, don't get one that's above ground. I've never understood that, but I understand why. If someone can't actually dig up the ground, they put it on top or put it in a garage. You know, at least it's something. It's better than nothing, man, for real. But yeah, it was it's always scary. So we had to run out to the garage real quick and kind of empty some stuff off the actual storm shelter because like us, your garage gets overfull a little bit, and I did not think there'd be any tornado warnings in February, so it was kind of odd for us. But yeah, dude, let me hit you up with the El Camino. Let's see what you guys think of this. And this one kind of got shown for a second, and that was it. Bam! A bam and a boom right in your face. Taking a spin on a new mirror display. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, mirror displays, good ones. So I pay for, okay, so the one that's right here, I bought one from Amazon. Actually, my wife bought it for me. It was like $80, the same size. Same size as this one, but it didn't have like that weird disco ball cheese on the side of it, which I don't really mind. But this size from Amazon was $80. This one right here only cost me $17, and I got that one from M&J Toys, and it's quiet. The one that was from Amazon was super loud and annoying. It had a remote and it like made all these beep noises. This one, hands down, one of my best ones, besides the little battery powered one that we used to use, a little small one. But that one's awesome. You need a bigger closet. You can't fit in yours anymore. We got too many Transformers in the closet. I bet you that's what it is. Too many Transformers and toys stacked up in there. But the El Camino, bro. Boom. Looks sick. The only thing bad about this particular one, like this one, for some reason, let me see. So this one, like, I bought these just for the shop, but the actual trunks don't come flip down and the hoods don't open. So actually, I kind of don't like that about this one. And pretty much what you're paying for, in this one when you buy it is the paint job. It's got a detailed paint job, which is pretty sick. But if you take that one and you put it next to the Caprice, huge difference. And I want to say they're the same brand. I'm pretty positive they're the same brand. And I only think there was like to buy it, it was literally like $1 difference. So I don't know what's going on with the money though. Because that one's let me see, that one's a lower. This is Maisto. And this one is a Maisto. And it was literally $1 difference between those two. Same brand, same scale, dollar difference. Crazy. You know what's funny, McDJ? Like that stand, I didn't get this one from Amazon. I got this one from M&J Toys. The other one that I bought was from Amazon, and it was super loud. So there's like 2 or 3 of them, and they were all really loud. And I just could not get over the loudness. This one's super quiet. It was literally $17, and I got this one from M&J Toys. There's some quality stuff you can get out there that's not like insane. Same with these die casts, man. These are like reasonably priced for when I buy them in bulk. So when I order these, I order them in a tray so I can kind of show you how I order these. So when these come in, I'll show you. So when they come in a trays like this, 1/24 scale. And the only difference between these, between the tray and the box ones, right? So these are loose, obviously, in the trays. It's gonna be basically like $2.50 difference. It's the shipping that gets you, because you can't ship as many if you got the boxes, if you get what I mean. Man, it's freaking monkey lizards messing with my hair. My hair is getting too long. Maybe Bub might come back. I don't know. He's out there chilling right now. My thoughts on shopping on eBay compared to other websites. You know what? That's a very valid and good question. I think there is a difference. eBay, sometimes you can find really good deals. In most of the time when you're shopping on eBay, that's like an independent store or an independent seller, which I'm all about that. If you're gonna resell and then you got to make a couple extra bucks, that's cool. That's fine. It really is fine, because a lot of times those people will have something you can't find. There's plenty of times I've paid more than what I should have for something on eBay because of I couldn't find it. Never did find it. Same with like the Titans returns stuff. Some of that stuff never even hit here. Was never in Oklahoma, but I actually found it years later. You know, found it for reasonably priced at like mom and pop shop out in the middle of nowhere. Like, I'm serious. When I say this place was in the middle of nowhere, it was in the middle of nowhere. I was like driving through and getting gas. I was like, you know, I'm gonna stop in here. I got a lunch break. Looked inside and I was like, holy smokes. One of those weird stories. But I don't know. What do you think about that, McDJ? eBay compared to other websites. Sometimes that eBay seller may have it in hand. Maybe it might cost a couple extra bucks. Maybe it's the same price. But at the end of the day, they may be losing money on selling some of that stuff too, depending on how they got it priced. Websites and stores, the whole Karmas thing, man, the last 6 months, I'm not kidding you. I've done a lot of like sales with work. I build custom beer systems and whatnot. So, and that's right, beer systems from point A to point B, draft taps and all that good stuff. So doing that kind of work and then doing work with like die cast and toys and stuff, there's a whole different kind of approach to how you do stuff. Some of the custom stuff is basically one-ofs and you get stuff drop shipped on the beer stuff. Die cast, it's all about buying in bulk and some of the politics. There's certain groups you can't get into because you don't know a certain person. You may not have a storefront, you know what I mean? So you can take a picture of. Some actual places, instead of having a the logistics of having a business permit and your sales tax exempt permit or your established trade name, they require a picture of your brick and mortar. Some people don't have a brick and mortar. Some people sell on eBay. Some people sell on conventions. There's people that's all they do. They travel around the United States and sell at conventions, and they buy their stuff as a wholesaler from toy distributors. That's what they do. That's how they make their money, which isn't a bad thing because they're bringing toys that other people normally can't get. Like, that's one beautiful thing about me at the shop is I'm able to get these. I'm going to show you again. Get these awesome 124 scales from California. Have them drop shipped here to Oklahoma. Dude, you can't find these. These are exclusives. It's like the Miho exclusives for M&J Toys. You can't buy them anywhere else but from that guy. So I get these and bring them to Oklahoma. So record scratches on beer on tap. He said, let's talk about beer. Bro, I can talk about maybe not beer. But I can definitely talk about beer systems, man. I can tell you, they consider me the Michelangelo of beer systems. Actually, I've been told that by some people, but I don't know about that. But I'm definitely not I'm no amateur to beer systems. I'll tell you that. I have installed and been a project manager on for my place for Chesapeake Arena / Paycom. Completed that whole job, ran that whole crew, all the guys for that one. Right now I'm working on a huge project at Windstar Casino in Thackerville, which is massive. It's a massive project. Dealing with project managers on those kind of jobs is kind of insane though, man, for real. Because like once you start getting into jobs that are like, say you're running multiple crews and you're running multiple hours on that kind of stuff, you have to really watch what your quoted budgets are. And sometimes when you're out of town, they're pretty close to the edge, man. It kind of stresses me out a little bit, to be honest with you, because you're having to deal with multiple working partners and pieces and stuff like that. It's different. So different than dealing with diecast and selling toys, I'll tell you that. I'd buy mini kegs if I had the hookup. Dude, I can tell you how to do the hookup on a mini keg in a actual refrigerator. They have the kits that you can buy for your house for refrigerators, or you can get like some of those little small ones. But you can actually get like a little mini keg system, and that's about comparable to the buying a refrigerator. Or if you have somebody has an old refrigerator, man, put that outside. And if you got a garage or have another refrigerator in your house, set it next to it, boy, keg right out the side of it. Yeah, easy, all day long. Take you about maybe an hour or two if you got all the tools. If you don't have the tools, maybe all day. If you don't have the tools or know-how or not mechanically inclined, it could take you a while. But yeah, I can tell you all the tricks about that stuff. I thought about actually doing a whole other channel just about how to clean beer systems and keep stuff clean, but that's a whole nother thing, man. Whole nother thing. I think one of the biggest challenges I've had this year alone, was trying to start this thing out and do it right, tax wise. Get you as a sole proprietor doing diecast and stuff like that. Dude, I can tell you guys all kinds of stuff that it's not really stuff that you have to do that's crazy to get involved in that. It's just the logistics and the things, not anxiety. I would say probably uncertainty. So when you're starting something new and it's uncertain, it's hard to go after it unless I can do this. I'm gung-ho. You got to have a support system, right? And so I've had a really good support system with my wife, my kids, with Eli from the shop. So they've kind of my encouragement level for this new work and this new business, basically starting up and making it work the way I want it to work and making it an official place. It's been a learning experience. Been a good experience too, and it's kind of helps that I've also been on the business side of like the beer system, so it's been kind of cool, and I understand the inner workings of like distributorships and wholesales and whose feet to not to step on and who you want to talk to, and one of the biggest things is there's like Carl's Diecast Shack in Tulsa. He sold me some things for as a wholesaler, and he was helping me out, but I understand like you can't always give that handout to a person, because if you're buying like say like green lights, if you're buying green lights for like let's say they're $6 and you have an MSRP of like $12.99, which they all do. They all die cast. I don't care where you go to, all die cast, all toys have an MSRP that comes with them. I don't care who's going to tell you anything otherwise. They all do. I have seen the sheets. I've seen how much they charge for them as they're going out. I can see how much freight's going to be. You get all that broken out. Now, one thing I don't understand is when you go to Amazon and you see certain toys, any toy. Let's say a toy on the shelf costs $19.97, and you see that same toy on Amazon and they have it for $14. I don't know how those people do it, because not only are they undercutting some of that pricing, and eventually if they undercut that price and it's a new toy, they will be banned from whoever they're buying it from, because they don't play that, man. But there's like, you have a selling cost, you have an Amazon fee, you have all these fees built into it. I've looked into it, man. The fees are outrageous to sell on Amazon. You have to literally sell like millions and millions of stuff to even get to break even on that kind of stuff. So Amazon in that kind of stuff is not where it's at. eBay's not where it's at. That's why you'll see like some toys, like for instance, let me just tell you this. These toys right here, you will see these on eBay for $24.99 plus $18 shipping, or you would see these for $34 free shipping. MSRPs on these things are $34.99, period. So they're like losing money left and right. But what they do is they buy bulk loads to drive that number down, save 10% on them as they go. Say if you order 285 pounds worth of this, you're going to knock that number down. So 10%, 5%. So now you're like at 15%. So once you put that sell on eBay and you make $24.99 off that and you lose that 16, you're making 5% profit in bulk off of one of these. Just saying, is it worth it? Not really if you're only a small timer, but if you're a big timer and you're selling the thousands of these like a week, yeah, it would be. But the math doesn't make sense to me sometimes when I'm looking at some of these numbers. Dude, you'd be so surprised how much politics and gatekeepers there are in the toy community. I'm not kidding you. And I've learned a lot about it. And that's in the last 3 months. I should do a whole section just about that. And I'm not talking about scalpers. I'm just talking about wholesales and distributors. There's certain people that will block certain people out just because they might not like your mama. Who knows? They might not like I've literally seen somebody say they wouldn't sell somebody some stuff because they didn't like his profile page on Facebook. How is that? How are you going to run business like that? I don't understand. But people do that. They do it all the time. McDG, I was like going off there for a second. He said, I scrapped your beer channel. You know what? I've thought about that. Let me see. Crazy, but I jumped on them. Now, what did you get? What did you jump on, man? eBay usually just has the hard time to, has the hard to find items. You're right. It does have the hard to find items. Yep. Hey, Bub's back. Hold on one second. I'm gonna put the pause music on.
I'm back.
Ta-da! He's back in the house.
Oh, I can't see anything.
LC. Oh, you fogged up. LC
Yeah.
squared. You decided not to do the Batman mask.
Nah.
Missed the beginning, but now I'm up now after that fun. Yo, LC squared. Did you hear the action going down? I heard the action, bro. That was we both, Bub and I both heard the action. Maybe that's why his glasses are fogged up a little bit. Let's see. Look at his glasses fogged up. He was ready to roll, bro.
I could switch back to Batman if you want.
No, that's up to you, man. The Batman mask is cool that everybody's talking about earlier. Yeah, just those Amazon low prices, hard to resist them, especially with the free shipping. No lie. Am I saying not to buy those Amazon stuff when it's free shipping? Absolutely not. Someone out there is going to be making a little bit of money off that. What I'm just saying is chances are, if they keep doing that, like from certain people, it won't last long, because everything is it's all associated to MSRP. He said, I am the Batman. Which is wild though, man, for real. If you really think about it, man, there are so many gatekeepers in the toy industry. So many gatekeepers in any industry, but I did not realize how many people were doing that.
Doing what?
Gatekeeping, keeping information, helping other people, expand their business.
Oh, toy business?
Toy business, yeah.
That's just every industry.
That's every industry. I mean, you're exactly right. They're not going to give you this information outright. You got to tune, even with my other work, you got to take people out. You got to talk to them. You got to sway them, you got to court them in some way. Eventually you work at this relationship. Basically, it's like, hey, do you trust us? We trust you. Here's what we're going to do. It happens all the time. Toy industry is a little bit different. It's like a friend of a friend knows a friend. I will tell you this. This is one important thing I've learned. Huge important information about Hot Wheels and Mattel.
It sucks?
No, not that sucks. Well, it kind of does. There is no price break on Hot Wheels, period. Now you might be able to get, let's say this. If you buy, there's one I was looking at just the other day. Let's think about premiums. Let's talk about premiums. Premiums are like what? $627 at the store, $698, whatever it is. If you buy them in bulk, 4 cases, I'm talking 4 cases. I think the cheapest you can buy them right now would be like $4.95. You understand what I'm saying? It's $4.95, so you're only making $1 per each one. That's at bulk case of 4. Mattel's minimum order right now, if you become a dealer for them, is $10,000. First order has to be $10,000 and $25,000 and $2,500 every year after that.
Jeez.
So your initial run has to be 10 grand. In order for me to fill up that kind of space, I would need a whole other warehouse to buy all this stuff. For real. Yeah, he says, we're not putting merchandise on shelf, scalping and pretext. That's why I just wait on Big Bad Toy Store, yeah, and such for the price guarantee. 100%. Big Bad Toy Store, he buys his stuff in bulk. They do. So does Entertainment Earth, but that's why they also have delays too, because they will not, most of the time they will receive their stuff after Walmart does. So that's why there's sometimes there'll be a delay unless it's an exclusive to them. Yeah, bro. Jeezy, for real. I can pull up the paperwork for you right now and show you 10 grand is the first minimum order. And there's not a big price break. So if you're 10 grand out, you're going to make 10 grand back, period. That's it. Hasbro Transformers. Yes, theirs is very similar too. They basically point you to EE for wholesale. Now, when you do wholesale from them, when you're looking into it, you basically save $5 a figure, and that's what if you have your permit set into it. So it's $5 a figure. You have to buy 4, which is 4 is in the case, and you have to, your minimum buys from EE though, not too bad. It's $300 per load. And some news, if you guys have ever thought about getting on with them, they do issue you a 5% discount on your first initial order. So the key thing is, if you're looking to save money, you want to do a big order, like say make it $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, save 5%, save you some money and save you on your shipping, because you do have to pay for shipping. And you also have to pay that tax on it too after you receive it. So there's no pre-tax, but once you have it in hand and you're filing your taxes however you have to do it for your state, which our state's every 30 days, and you pay it within every 60 days. I say my last order from MMJ Toys, this order right here, was $1,000. I've saved 10% off that, and the freight was like 150 or $100, right? So it put me right back up to, it was like 1,050, and then it took off 10% off that, so it made it 900 something, and then with the freight it made it 1,053. So I basically paid exactly what I would pay with taxes with it. And then so at the end of this month, which is a few days, whatever I sell, basically I had to come up with the money for that tax. And then the stuff I do sell in store, which is because I use the Square One, I collect that tax as well on if it's not confusing enough. So I had to pay the tax for the actual merchandise after I receive it, and then I have to collect the tax for the state as I sell it on the Square One. And then I have to report that at the end of the month, and then I have to pay them within 30 days. So I
Can
have
you
to pay the
explain
state.
that like how you would explain economics to a 5-year-old, please?
Right? So you have to pay your taxes.
Dang.
If you do not
Really?
pay your taxes, they will come up and bust your butt.
I'll just fake it.
You have a 90-day prohibition, like limit of what you can do. After 90 days, if you don't pay us taxes, they pull your permit. You lose your selling license. Which it's not going to happen with me. I pay my taxes right on time, so I'm not going to worry about that.
Yeah, wink, wink.
No, I do pay the taxes.
I don't.
He said, I'd love to have a privately owned toy store, but all the logistics just sucks the wind right out of my sails. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, if you ever decided to do your own toy store, there's a lot of rewards that come with it. There's a lot of rewards that come with it by having an ownership of something you believe in and you're working very hard for, and you get to meet new people, you get to interact with new people. You also get to learn things about people you never thought you'd learn. And it's a good thing and it can be a bad thing, but it's a really eye opener to people in that business. And that's what I learned. Like we've talked about it before, like some of the other toy stores. I've learned a lot of things about how not so great some of these people act behind closed doors, and they don't. And that's a fact. And that's anywhere. Why tax on the purchase of the wholesale merch? I thought it was only at the end of the sale to the customer.
Because money.
It's money. So if you bring it in the state, it's like, say if I'm buying from California, don't charge me tax. Your consumable goods that you bring in to the state, you're taxed on that. If you get that. So you're still going to pay tax on it. It's just, you're not going to pay that tax at the time of purchase, if that makes sense. Because if you order, I don't know, does that make sense, LC? Because if you show as like you're buying in stuff and not paying taxes, you still have to claim that when you file, and then you have to pay taxes on that. I know it didn't make sense to me either, but it's right there in black and white when you go and do it. In California, dude, their whole tax thing is mine's easy. County, city, in the state. It's all right there. Like California is like 4 different levels, 6 different levels. I don't know. It goes off the rails with me. I definitely offer a layaway. Man, I missed that at the stores. You know what, McDJ? At my place, I offer layaway because I do have stuff that's expensive. And I have several Hot Wheels. I have one Hot Wheels, the 101 Chris Walker Night Stalker Bingo Bus. Right? I can't really put a price on it. There's never been one listed on eBay. So I have it at $1,000. So tax on inventory. Exactly. So when your inventory comes in, it's taxed. And if you held inventory anyways, as you would, just like as you grew it, you would have to pay taxes on it. Just like, for instance, my work truck. My work truck is assigned to me as an inventory in my county where I'm at, and I'm in Cleveland County. So my office pays for that inventory in my truck for Cleveland County. We might have some people in other counties. So each independent spot is considered a roaming inventory. So that we have to pay tax in this county, Oklahoma County, like whatever trucks we have. So we have like over 13 trucks. So those would all be different inventories and taxes for those trucks. I know, weird, but that's how they do it. Pay taxes on lotto wins, and then again for total income for what you made, etc. within the year. Exactly right. It's like what? Double tax? You're basically double tax. There's no way around it. Lottery tax, consumable tax, goods tax, your wholesale tax. It's all there. You're gonna get taxed.
You exist, tax.
You
Sorry, you
Hey,
breathe.
dude, you got a job? Taxed. You made money at your job for the little bit of money you made? Taxed.
I'm sorry. So you took a step. That's a tax.
There's a tax step, bro.
Yep.
But for real, like on toys and stuff like that, including your jobs, there's taxes everywhere. You know, some people try to go underneath that radar and say, you know, pay cash, no tax. Eventually it catches up to those people. because not everything's cash. You can't hide from the tax man. He will come to collect on your butt cheeks.
When it comes to the government, they're very good at finding out
On
where
your-
to get their money.
He will find that and take all that, because that's what they do. Which, you know what? If you're buying at wholesale though, you're if you sell your stuff at the MSRP they suggest, you are actually making decent money because you're only paying taxes. So think about it this way, LC Squared. You're buying wholesale, but you're not paying the MSRP tax. Does that make sense? So that's why so you're getting taxed at a smaller bracket. So like let's say this, that merchandise I bought, $1,000, MSRP, close to $3,600. I'd rather pay the tax on the $1,000 than $3,600. Does that make sense? So that's where I'm taxed. I'm taxed at the $1,000 bracket, not the $3,600 bracket. If that's easier, that's an easy way to explain it. 2 guarantees in life: death and taxes. Absolutely. And maybe a couple of beers.
And laughing emojis.
Yeah, taxes is so weird, man. But I've learned a lot of things about that. I learned you gotta keep with your receipts. Bro, keep your receipts, man. That's one thing. If you guys decide to do this, man, you guys can come to my Facebook page. You can go to my Instagram. You can ask me questions. If you're interested in starting your own business, wherever you're at, dude, ask me about it. Ask me about everything.
I think we should have another Boston Tea Party.
LC Squared, you asked about finished product. That really depends on what you're talking about. Work for a company where they bought materials tax-free and only charged in tax, sales tax for product created from those materials. It really kind of depends on where you're at and who you're in, what state you're talking about. But wholesaler tax in Oklahoma is basically if I bring it in as an actual piece, I have to pay tax on that purchase. Which is why I don't understand. If I'm going to pay taxes anyway, why don't I just pay taxes when I buy it? But I'm going to go ahead and pay it anyway. So that's what you do. So that's why some of the guys that I know, they said, dude, I don't even like setting up for wholesalers because I got to pay taxes on anyway. They'd rather buy it outright, and some of them do. Do you have a store website? Absolutely. You know what? I actually don't. But once I go pro on the Streamlabs here, I'm thinking about dedicating an actual store for that reason. One of the biggest things I hate is shipping stuff. Bubby can tell you that. I hate shipping stuff, man. It's just so I've been ripped off by when I bought stuff before, when I've sold stuff and passed on eBay, like it's high end, like drag buses, Hot Wheels. Somebody said they didn't get it or whatever. They lied about it. Now you can kind of track that kind of stuff and it's okay. It just kind of like soured me to selling online. But that's going to change pretty soon because we're going to start doing some live sales at the store on like Sundays. And I may be getting on that when I'm there. I'm not always there on Sundays. My wife and I like to hang out and do stuff. So, if we go up there and work together on some stuff, we might put some stuff out there for sale. Like today, we went there and I restocked because, man, I had a wild weekend. Well, this weekend was definitely different for me. Like it was the busiest weekend I've ever had. And it was weird. One was 2 guys. Bub, you know about this one. The dude, there's 2 guys.
Guy?
The which one?
The TikTok guy?
Oh man, no. Okay, so another one. OG Taco, TikToker, 2.1 million followers, hit up my store. He did a quick little review of something, posted it, bam. I sold out almost all my stuff within 3 hours. And I thought, man, this is fantastic. Social media is like crazy blowing up for me. That was all cool. And he starts coming back. When we start talking, man, we actually I've helped him out with some stuff and we started talking and I traded him some stuff. Came really good working together. This weekend happens. 7:30 on Friday. Store closes at 8. 2 gentlemen walk in. Hispanic gentlemen. And I'm sitting there and the guys couldn't speak any English. And he was asking if anybody spoke Spanish. OG Taco was happened to be there because he was going to trade me some stuff. And I said, OG, can you translate for me? He goes, yo, bro, yeah, I'll translate for you. long story short, these two gentlemen are from, we call them the Cash Cartel. There are myths and legends in the Hot Wheels world. These guys travel with thousands of dollars, and I'm not kidding you, thousands of dollars, and go to regional Hot Wheels and toy show just to buy everything out. That's what they do. They're known for it. I've seen them do it in Tulsa. They bought a bunch of stuff. I'm talking $3,000-$5,000 per table if they find a bunch of stuff they like. And they came in and they're like, would you cut deals if translation between OG and Daniel was his name, and Jorge, and they asked if I would do any deals, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do some deals. And then he said he wants to do like 30 to 40% off of what you asking. I said, dude, I gotta pay rent, so we'll talk some deals, but we're not doing those kind of deals. So they got some stuff, and I had some consignment stuff there, and they worked a couple of deals. I called my friend Harold. I'm selling some of his drag buses, and they bought like me. I think Daniel bought like 2 or 3 of his, and Jorge bought like maybe 2 of his. And I called him, asked him, hey, you want to take a certain amount off? He said, yeah. And they're pretty decent, $100, $60, $75 toys, Hot Wheels, and they kind of deal. But they had stacks of stuff, of my stuff, like black boxes, Hot Wheels, older series stuff that I just kind of stumbled upon and bought over the last 3 months. Stacks of it, just stacks and stacks and stacks. And I went through it, and one was like $1,000, the other one was like $700, and we ended up getting to a good price. Ultimately, man, I made more money in that 30 minutes of dealing with those guys than I ever had on one single day, which was insane. Like that whole day, I made one day more than I had in some of the months off of these two guys. And we called them, and I told OG, I said, dude, tell these guys that everybody knows who they are. They're like myths. It's like, what's a good myth? What's like a good legend story?
Santa Claus?
Nah, not quite Santa Claus. What's good? They're like
Bigfoot
or
Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness. No. What's like a legendary crazy? Somebody give me some kind of legendary crazy top, because that's what these guys were. This is like the Desperado. You know Desperado? Desperado with Antonio Banderas. That movie, the El Mariachi. That's what these guys were like, and that's what they're known for, man. It was insane. And they just got off a plane and just dropped in because they knew there was a Hot Wheels show the next day. It was nuts. Anyways, what that led to, the following day, which is a Saturday, which I saw Pack at the Hot Wheels show. We talked for a little bit. We're going to be doing another live stream pretty soon. Yeah, dude, Kaz, I'm so glad the weather didn't mess up, dude. We were, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna BS you, bro. I hope that bleeped out that word, but I'm not gonna lie, dude. We actually jumped off and went out to the hidey hole. But, so the next day that the Hot Wheels show, they said they're gonna be there. We get there. I get there, and I'm looking for, Taco, go talking to Taco. And, he says, yo, did you talk to Daniel yet? I said, no. I said, he's supposed to come back to the shop today. I said, I did see him. And then we started talking. So anyways, at this Hot Wheels show, these two gentlemen get a hold of OG. What did I say? OG. And they're like, dude, we're going to come to Tulsa in the next 2 weeks. Can you be our translator? We'll pay you. We'll send you up to Tulsa, pay for you to go up there. And then we'll pay for you to translate, to work these deals. So I was like, dude, we just hooked you up with another job. I mean, he doesn't really need another job. He does his own thing, but he's like, yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome. So at the Hot Wheels show, there's two guys. Two guys had flew in from Germany. They had a layover in Oklahoma, of all places. They heard about the Hot Wheels show. This is the day after my big sale, the biggest sale I ever had. So these two guys from Germany go up to the Hot Wheels show, and they go and ask about. What does it say?
Lady of the Lake Excalibur legendary mystery style.
Exactly, dude. You talk about some craziness, dude. That was crazy. So, and here's another one. Two German guys, full on German. One guy can speak English really good. The other guy can't. They go to the Hot Wheels show, and I didn't know about this. I was at the Hot Wheels show, so they went early bird at the Hot Wheels show. They had a layover. Went to the Hot Wheels show, I wasn't there. I showed up at the Hot Wheels show about 9. They had left, and they drove over. I guess they were at the Hot Wheels show, and someone asked them. They were saying, "Hey, is there a toy store, a Hot Wheels place that like this in Oklahoma City?" Everybody said, "Well, the only one that's kind of like this would be Prime Diecast and Toys down at High Five Retro Guys." And they're like, "Well, where's that?" And then, everybody told them where it was, and because a lot of there's some guys that sell Hot Wheels, but they don't really sell because I have like a lot of different stuff, like high end stuff, low end stuff. I like to keep like a good variety of stuff in the store. And if you guys are ever around, dude, I welcome you to come. Dude, come talk to me. Tell me when you're coming. We'll chop it up because there is a bunch of stuff. Eli sells a lot of pops. He's got vintage toys. I have a lot of die casts. I have a lot of vintage Transformers and newer modern Transformers. Marvel Legends. I mean, the stuff that Bub likes, I have there.
Some of my stuff are there.
Some of his stuff is there. So you might be able to
buy it so I can get some money.
His customs, he does customs, man. The customs you've seen here, some of them I take to the shop and people will want to buy them, man. I tell them to keep it up. Keep up the good work.
I've been thinking of doing it for that Ratchet.
You should. You should. Dude, you should bring the Ratchet in here and show it tonight, by the way. So anyways, back to the German guys. The German guys talk to him. They come back to the shop. And I'm looking at my phone. So I'm at the Hot Wheels show looking at my phone, and I like to check out my Square One is tied to my phone, so I can see if I sell stuff. So I'm like looking at them, I was like, what the heck is going on? So I see these big numbers pop up on my phone. So I thought, well, maybe some of the people were waiting. This happened the last time. They're waiting outside to get like some of the lowriders and stuff. Come to find out, when I get there in the afternoon, that's not what happened. What happened was these German guys went over there. One guy started going through it, and he looked at a couple of things, and he brought a $3 car and he bought it. And the guy who runs the front, Chris, he was like, "Yeah, this guy was in here for a couple hours, and like he bought one $3 car," and he goes, "Oh, he's in there that long, and wonder what was going on." Oh, dang, bub.
Sorry about that.
But he left, and then he said, "I'll be back." And we hear that all the time, "I'll be back," and no one ever shows up. Or some guy, I'll tell you another story about this other guy, but he left. He picked up his buddy at that was at some other store, because I guess they kind of split up. They both came back, and they bought over like $500 worth of like $3, $1 car. And they said there was like mounds of them everywhere. And so like that day was insane too, because like some dudes from the airport that went to the Hot Wheels show, the guys at the Hot Wheels show basically told them, "Hey, go see Sam at Prime Diecast and Toys." And next thing I know, those people come. And then another following day, I don't know, the guys that gave him my card to, the guys from Mexico, I guess they might have posted where we were, because then the following day, some dude from Las Vegas had a layover and just says, "Hey, I saw your shop on the post," and I came in. I'm like, what the heck, dude? So whoever's posting this stuff up, keep doing it, because the airport's nearby, and the people popping off the plane coming in has been outrageous this last weekend. I don't know what happened, but it's been freaking amazing. It's the power of positivity that's been going on. The power of the work, the labor put into it, man, and all the effort in the talking and just the honesty. And let me tell you another thing, man. A lot of toy shops, they don't pay people for the collectibles they have. They like to take advantage of people, and that just makes me freaking sick, dude. Like, I understand getting a good deal and knowing your demographics, but I could tell you a whole nother story that makes me want to cry, dude, because I know the situation. But if you got high dollar stuff and they're not paying you 65% of any toy you have, and it's a high dollar, dude, just walk out the door and find somebody that will, because I'm the type of person that will. Dude, OG Taco, bro, is in the house. He says, "I was there. It was crazy." OG Taco, he knows what's up. He's actually in the chat, checking in right now. OG, definitely. That was wild, man. That was a cool experience, was it not? And the next day was crazy with the guys from Germany. It was insane. It's definitely different.
Oh God, my mask looks awful.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Taco. If you guys haven't checked out OG Taco, Modelo Time, Taco Homies, you know what's up, bro. And I appreciate the merch that you hooked me up with. He hooked me up with a beanie, and I told him my head is so fat, dude. It squeezed that beanie up and looks like a freaking like a eraser on top of my head one time sitting down. But I wore it, man. I love that hat. I got it. But next weekend we're gonna have a toy swap. March 4th starts at 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Got to be there early though. Those tables are gonna fill up. It's free to get in. It's free to set up. Just get your butts out there. It's free. The only thing it's gonna cost you is gas to come over. If you don't buy anything, just come show up and hang out. I'm trying to get some Girl Scouts to come out and set up for real. Girl Scouts are out. Come out and sell those cookies. And Andrew West, a good friend of mine, used to be in a band called Fear the Clown. He does a lot of like horror cons in the Nightmare Terror Trail haunted house in Oklahoma. Good friend of mine, known him for decades, literally decades. He'll be selling hot chocolates out of his food truck, so we have that set up. And there's going to be hopefully lots of different things. You're going to have Hot Wheels dealers. Hopefully, you're going to have definitely Funko Pop people. Hopefully, vintage toy people out there. I can't wait. OG Taco's going to have some merch. He's got a bunch of cool stickers. He's got some Cholo themed Pokemon. I love those. Those are crazy. Matter of fact, Taco, if you got a pack, I would love to get one of those packs. I need some stickers from my computer. You tell me how much those are, man. I love to support you. You've been a great help to me, and I think one of the biggest things that really helped me pop off there in the last month was whenever you did the TikTok video, man. That was popping it off. And then also other works that I was doing on Facebooks and pushing stuff out there really helped out. So yeah, I'm not going to deny that what you didn't help, because it did. It helped a lot. I'm not kidding you, especially getting with the lowrider community, and same thing with like the JDMs, those guys with the imports, dude. We all kind of stick together. It's in the same wheelhouse, different culture, same wheelhouse. But yeah, the swap meet should be pretty good. Toy swap should be awesome. Jeezy says sirens are blazing. He's still in the live show, dude. They did go. No, I'm telling. We were on and then we jumped off because it got scary, dude. And then we came back on. Oh, Taco says I'm placing order right now for stickers. Hopefully I'll have them this weekend. Cool. I hope you do, man. And you're gonna be set up too, right? And I thought about this. I said, I think you said something about doing some skits. Dude, we should so do a skit. I don't know why we haven't done a skit together and put up a short on the YouTube or whatever. We should. It'd be fun. Something different, man. Definitely different for me. And I really do appreciate you coming out. I'm glad. And it's a beautiful thing. Sometimes you see people that are on TikTok or YouTube or just out in general, and they're not as friendly or maybe not the positive experience you would want. Definitely a positive, super positive experience dealing with you and almost everybody that's come to the shop. But enough about the shop. Let's check this bad boy out. I'm gonna let Bub take over. Check this. Oh, hold on a second, dude. You guys gotta check this bad boy out.
You ruined the surprise.
Oops. Dun.
Can you zoom it in a bit more? So, because I don't know how well the detail view.
Let's see. Is that good? That's. We'll tilt it up.
Maybe to the side.
Pan it.
Yeah.
Right there. Boom.
Yeah. So what I have before you here is my custom Transformers Age of Extinction Ratchet.
Boy, you can't tell me that. You guys in the comments, man, you guys gotta give it up. This thing is super clean. Super clean.
Yeah, so I did this 2 days ago because the Studio Series Bumblebee or Buzzworthy Bumblebee did a release of Ratchet, but in like gray for a Nest car from the movies. And I always had this idea of making a Ratchet from the fourth movie. And I never had the opportunity because getting that Ratchet mold is kind of hard. And I don't like to spend a lot of money for a custom where I'll tear it up. So I found a new Ratchet that's in Buzzworthy Bumblebee. And I got him. And so what I did is I painted him all in black. And I repainted his entire color scheme to be the green from the movie. And then I just went to town. So I took a knife and I scraped parts off. I drilled in holes to make it look like bullet holes. I removed the leg and put bendy wire in it to make it look like the wires from whenever his leg gets blown off. I removed parts of the doors. I cracked some of the doors. I removed parts of the cage on the front. I carved out some of the lights on the front of the car to make it look like the lights have been busted. So yeah, I just took this Ratchet and gave him the cemetery wind treatment and just ripped him apart. Because from the fourth movie, if you remember, because that movie is almost 10 years old, the government was hunting down and killing the Autobots. And Ratchet was the character that they showed them doing that. And so I decided to replicate that. And you can see he's torn up.
Do you have another version of this one?
No.
That you can show? Okay, so to put this in perspective, guys, if you don't know much about Transformers and stuff like that, this thing was like, it was gray and black, right?
Yeah, it was all gray and
This thing
black.
was the whole thing was gray and black. There was no color in this whatsoever. And see how he took the leg off and have wires come out the leg? I mean, this thing is freaking wild, dude.
Yeah, Age of Extinction, I believe it came out in 2014, which makes it 9 years old. It's been almost a decade since Age of Extinction.
Dude, Taco, is that not crazy? If you think about like some of these movies that come out recently, you're like, what?
No, yeah. I rewatched Age of Extinction recently because I was feeling nostalgic, because even though I don't really like that movie, it is still nostalgic for me. And I watched it and then it dawned on me, I was like, oh, this movie came out nearly a decade ago. And I felt old. Because to me, that's still like a new Transformers, but it isn't. It's old Transformers now. And yeah, so I just I've always had this idea in my head. Because I like to take toys and mangle them. Because I did that for Grindor from the second movie. I have a battle damaged Grindor with his like arm removed and all that. So I wanted to do the same for good old Ratchet here.
Dude, he looks awesome.
And
Squeeze in a little more.
yeah, so I was just gonna ask, like, because I've been thinking of maybe doing custom stuff to sell it, but I never really have, because my custom stuff, actual customizers do it to make it where it'll last. Mine, since I do it mostly just for myself, I don't care if like paint rub happens, because I'm gonna paint it with just the whenever I paint stuff for myself, I just paint it in the one pose, because that's how I always pose it. I don't care about paint rub. But I've been thinking of maybe for Transformers doing stuff like this where I damage it so paint rub doesn't really become an issue, because it's kind of hyper specific to this is the one scene that it's from.
I think if you did anything, you should do it and then you just do a protective coat on like the base of it, and it would be perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was just gonna ask, if should I try and do another one of this and sell it? Do you think it would be like it would do well? Because I know that Starscream I did sold, and I hated that Starscream.
I'm telling you, man, there's people that love artwork. This is artwork, man. And yeah, see, 100% yes.
I might do that.
OG knows what's up, dude. He's seen like, I mean, he does like Hot Wheels, but he does like homies. He does like all kinds of other stuff. Yeah, that's art for sure.
I did it in like a day, so
This is like a day's worth of work, but it's you know what? We should take it. You should let me take it to the toy swap.
no, this one's mine. This one's mine.
You should let me put it in a display case. Just put it in a display case and put not for sale on it underneath the lights. I think you'll be amazed at how many people will ask how much is that and how much is it for sale.
I might.
It's a great looking piece.
I might get a second one then and do that, because I just think it's fun to just like to just go through and like take it apart, you know, because I'm very much specific on, I don't like there being much damage or scratches or paint issues on my toys that I have for display. So I always think it's a lot fun. It's very fun for me to be able to just be like, complete disregard, I can do whatever I want. And this was a free license to do whatever I want. I can put bullet holes in it. I can cut parts out of him. I can make it where it's all like silver, so it looks like he's scraped up. I can chop parts. I can cut parts. So it's really fun for me. And I think it turned out quite good.
Yeah, he says, you never know. Someone may offer a high price tag for it. Dude, you know what? You're right, Taco, because like I have this one, you've probably seen it up there at the shop. There's one particular Hot Wheel I have, and it says not for sale. And it's a price tag of like, and I put a price tag of like $1,200 on it, not for sale. I've gotten offers up to $3,000, and some people, they're like, dude, I want that. I'm like, it's not for sale. I'm like, 2,000, not for sale. 2,500, not for sale. I'll give you $3,000 right now. I'm like, dude, it's not for sale. And to me, some people like the idea of not being able to have something and it's right there, and they're like, dude, if I pay enough for it, will this guy actually sell it? But I have stuff at the shop that I will not sell. It's because I like seeing it every day. It's like a way for me to have like my collectibles out, but also be able to enjoy them and then have them with others. It's different. You know what I mean? It's like different because you have like, it'd be like a museum. You can go to a museum, you can go to the gift shop and buy the gift shop stuff, but you can't buy the stuff on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's kind of like that. Yeah, you're right. It's a power thing, bro. You see what he said? It's a power thing, especially for collectors, because they're like, dude, if he ain't got it, I got it. I got all the power. I got all the leverage, right? They're going for that leverage. But if you don't have the leverage, what power do you have? Yeah, like someone who has everything has still something to dream about. Exactly. Yeah, I got this. It's 101.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Taco, like that one I have at the shop, it's a true 101. I have no idea of pricing it, so I have basically $1,000 on it. Will I ever sell it? Who knows? Maybe someone might buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to put a price on the actual item that's one of one. It really is. It's like, where do you start? Where do you start at, and where do you stop at?
I will auction this for $500,000.
I think you're at your stopping point.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's like what, Jeezy? Treezy?
Treezy?
Jeezy. Thanks for liking the bullet holes in the side door.
Yeah, he noticed them. Yeah, he picked that one right up.
That's one of my favorite ones. I have another one similar to this that I might actually go and bring up so you can continue talking and let me get him out.
LC Square said, out of all the Bayverse, Age of Extinction gets the most play in his house.
I both like and hate that movie.
I have to say the same thing. There's things about that particular movie that I totally enjoy. There's some things I wish was never ever in existence, but me and my original, Cholomander. Yeah. He can't get rid of the Cholomander, bro. Dude, those one-on-one things, it's like, you can't get rid of that. I have a Cholomander with a beanie, a flannel, jeans, and chucks. That's awesome. I already know what you're talking about. I knew exactly what you're talking about. That's so cool, though. Cholomander, that's pretty awesome. I was gonna say, like, I had someone bought my, I think both my Taco. I think someone came and bought my Cholo Fits, my creepers, my blister packs. I have a couple more cases in the back of the homies, but I don't think I'm hitting the right demographics in it. I don't know what's going on with the homies. I thought those would like kind of go a little faster than what they are. Maybe just not the right people are come in. I don't know. Maybe I got them priced a little too. I don't know. Some of them do sell more on eBay, but maybe I don't know what I'm doing with them yet. I think that might be the problem. I also have the loose figures. I bought 200 of the loose ones. I tried to send Alfred to get them. I have 200 loose of the 14 series, by the way, and it comes with the chases in it. So I haven't even opened that bag, and I looked at them tonight. I was gonna get some out and kind of individually bag them, put them up there, a couple bucks each, you know, on some of them. I know there's some that actually bring more, but dude, Cholo Fit, the creeper, dude, that dude is hilarious, man. I remember watching his like videos back in the day. I wish I could do his whistle. I can't whistle. I can whistle, but I can't do like that. I love it. Oh, he wants to buy my homie's bag. Yeah, that's a good bag, dude. I saw that bag, dude. Where'd you get that bag, by the way? That's what I was looking at. I was like, oh, that's a cool bag. That's a cool one. What did you pick up at the show? I know you kind of posted it, man. My best find at the Hot Wheels Toy Show, man, for real, was that short card Nissan Skyline. Got it for less than $10. There's somebody I think we missed in the chat here, and I want to see that's LC Squared. Yeah, LC Squared said that Ratchet was fire, and he also said that's one he said about the Bayverse.
Yeah, with the Age of Extinction, I like a lot of parts in it, but I also really don't like a lot of parts of it. And one part I actually really like. Oh,
hold on a second.
What?
LC Squared. I should remember the name LC Squared. LC Squared is a old school friend of mine, Joe Garcia. He's the one that actually, you know, my guitar, the Sounder guitar. He actually drew our band logo. We used that logo there for a couple of years. He did that for that guitar.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty awesome, man. Hey, thanks, Joe, for stopping in, bro. His son likes Transformers a lot, and he actually came up and bought something from me. And I forgot to give him the discount. I told him, dude, I'm gonna give you a discount, and I forgot to do it. I'll ring him. I said, dude, anytime you come back, I owe you for that one. And also, he hits me up when he's out. He goes toy hunting like we do.
Oh, is he the one that has helped with getting stuff?
Not recently. He's just started doing it recently because we just kind of started talking.
Mm-hmm.
We used to hang out a lot in the band days, and then, like, you know, sometimes you get distant and sometimes you get those reconnections, and you know, that was like, what, Joe, how long ago was that, bro? 15-20 years, bro. Dude, at least 20 years ago. Dude, no, 2 more years, it'll be 20 years since we did our like last show. And Joe probably did our last few posters. He did, not only did he do that, he did a really cool poster for one of our shows, like a rocket ship. I actually got the original artwork for that still. And then he also did the record cover and inside artwork for one of the EPs we did. So it's been like 16-18 years. Yeah, he says, I got a bag of Hot Wheels for you. Hopefully you still got that Shredder Ninja Turtle too, because I still need that one. That would be cool. Yeah, 2 different lifetimes ago. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Your cycles, you have there's a weird phase you got to go through. Like I know you and I talked, you said you haven't painted in forever. I haven't played a guitar in almost real guitar in like 18 years. But I was just recently asked to do vocals on a new record for somebody as a special guest vocalist. So that might be happening. That might be, who knows? I just know it just depends on the time and how much time I'm allotted, because I do work a lot between the 9 to 5 in the shop. But let's get back to these Transformers, bro. Let's see what else. Yeah, I got a couple more die casts on the show. Let's see.
Before you do a big I'm
gonna see if I can get
you stupid. All right, there we go. You should be ready.
Boom.
So
double boom.
So earlier we were talking about Transformers 4, the movie, and this one I made a little bit recently. So Amazon had a Wreckers, Transformers Legacy Wreckers little subline, and one of them was of the Legacy Bulkhead mold in military camo, and I saw that and I knew that I had to make this. And so what I've done, similar to how Legacy is made up out of like different Transformers shows in a G1 art style, this one is a G1 art style movie hound. So I painted his chin to be his beard, and I've just loaded him up with a bunch of weapons to make it look like what if movie hound from the 4th movie was in G1.
Looks cool.
He's a simple custom. All I really did was change the beard color.
Are those all the guns that come with him originally?
No, those are just guns I have.
Dude, those look so cool.
So I just put them, because luckily he has all those ports on him. So I just threw a bunch of guns on him to make it look like how Hound looks like in the movies, where he's carrying around like all of his rifles and stuff.
Taco says, slams credit card down. I need that right now.
Well, it'll cost you a lot more than just one, because I don't, like, a lot of these guns, I don't remember where I got them from. Like, the machine gun is from Astro Train. The pistol is from Trax.
What he's saying is the accessories are probably more than the figure is.
The accessories are a lot more, because, like, some parts are from Grapple and Hoist, or it's Grapple Inferno. One is from Siege Hound. Some of them are from Jetfire.
You know what I think we're missing opportunity on right now?
What?
I think we're missing opportunity. I really haven't had a lot of Transformer collections come in. I've only had 2 come in. I think I missed an opportunity to buy just weapons from people. And I think I need to start looking at buying accessories like on eBay, like buying them in bulk. You know what I mean? That'd be cool, so we can do more customs. That would be really cool. Taco also says, I see, he says, my goal is to get you to leave the 9 to 5 life and live the dream. Bro, if I keep having weekends like I recently be having, it'll be really close. I'm not gonna lie, because it's if it keeps a steady stream like I hope it will, and I've been tracking everything from cells to the actual how much each cell is to the time I put in. It could happen in the next 6 months to a year. Who knows? It may never happen. My 9-to-5 job is pretty good. It's done a lot for me. So it's kind of one of those things. It puts me in a hard place because of where it's taken me, where I've gone with it. So it's a difficult decision, life-changing decision, but a difficult one. Any life-changing decision is very difficult. No matter, you see, when you're young, I'm going to age myself. I am 45, so it's a lot harder for me now. If I was younger, I could probably do it, but now it's a little bit difficult for me. But Jesus says, dang, he looks tough. Joe says, Blast Effects, we need a good source for accessories in the city. No lie, dude, I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah, we have a bag of Blast Effects right over there.
Actually, grab the Blast Effects real quick.
Dummy.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down, Joe. That's brilliant, because you know what? I gotta hold, like, I don't know if you can hold on this. Blast Effects. These came off what? What did they come off of?
That's your Jetfire and at Omega Supreme.
Yeah, I don't know where these came from. This is like something I was given. So, you're right though. One thing, here's one thing I've learned. Eli told me one time. He said, "Hey, stick with diecast. Stick with what you know." He kind of like said, "Don't get too much into the toys and stuff like that." And I said, "Man, I really want to do Transformers. I love Transformers. Bub loves Transformers. I've always dealt in Transformers. Not dealt. I've always had dealings with, like, buying and getting from Bub and knowing what was good and what was hot. And I've always had my Transformers I loved as a kid, and I had a couple as I was getting older. But Eli told me, he said, dude, do your Hot Wheels thing. Do diecast. Just stay in that lane. And I was like, man, it's really hard to do Hot Wheels because Oklahoma City doesn't have a lot of people that buy more than like $1 Hot Wheels, $2, $5 Hot Wheels. He was telling me something else that I never thought to think of. And it took me a while to understand what he was saying. And what he was saying was deal on diecast, was not saying deal on just Hot Wheels. What he was saying was stay in your lane, but dude, trick it out. You know what I'm saying? He was saying stay in that path, but do the custom wheels, do the stickers, do customs, do larger scales, bring in different things. I hadn't thought about bringing in lowriders in forever. That's all I used to collect back in the day in 95. Joe, if you remember back in my old apartment, what did I have on my wall? I think you came to my apartment. I had one whole wall, Hot Wheels. What was most of my wall? Lowrider Hot Wheels. And I was like, man, the days have changed about what people collect. People do more of the Nissans and JDMs. I had to learn that whole game a little bit more. I didn't really collect that. But I'm actually a Honda owner. And I drive a turbo, right? Mm-hmm. I love that thing. That's like one of the best cars I ever drove. Still driving. That will be your car.
Yeah.
I love that car. That thing's so sweet, by the way. So what he was telling me was, dude, stay in the lane. Make that lane broad. And that's what I did. And dude, it's really like, it's kind of like exploded. So that's how I want to do with Transformers. So excellent idea, Joe. I'm going to take that. I'm going to try to find some blast effects and stands. That's what we were talking about too. Mm-hmm. Finding a place you can stands. Like you go to Target right now. How much is a NECA stand?
Like, it's like what, $12, I think?
12 or $15 for a NECA stand. $10 for the headstand. Dude, you cannot tell me that piece of plastic costs you $15. I'm going to go, you know what? You're going to put me on a whole another thing and a goal. Make that my goal. If you can think about it, like when we're done, I'm gonna write that down, but I'm gonna track down some blast effects.
Blast effects and accessories.
Yeah, blast. You're right. Blast effects and accessories. One thing I will say, if you're looking for accessories though, Joe, if you're looking for some for like modern accessories, Larkin's Lair is one of the best 3D prints in the business. Super awesome, dude.
I'm excited for that Inferno gun, his flamethrower.
Oh, for the price of it?
Yeah.
The price is a little steep, but where are you gonna get one?
Yeah. They didn't include it, so.
Yeah. So if you're I know your son does like the Beast Wars. If you need Beast Wars, he's got the Infernal Beast Wars gun.
And Cheetor as well.
Cheetor. The Cheetor is awesome.
Yeah, the Cheetor gun, like
awesome.
That Kingdom figure was It should have
had the gun.
Missing. It should have had it. So whenever I saw that, I was like, I need that because it completes Cheetor. You know.
So go give Larkin's Lair. He's on Instagram. He's also here on YouTube. This is not Facebook. He's on YouTube and he's also on Etsy. So all the sales are done on Etsy. Go check him out. Super awesome guy.
He recently did a video review of the Legacy Skyquake.
Oh, he did. And if you have like hollow points for like legs and stuff like that, he does fill spots for those.
I hope he does one for a twin cast, like how he did for Blaster.
I think he's working on one. I could have swore he made an announcement about it, but super great dude. Ships out of Hawaii. Super awesome cat. Works year round on stuff. He's always got good stuff going on. So I recommend him 100%. Taco says keeping track and reinvesting, it's all possible. I learned the hard way. I've gone from being at the top to rock bottom. You know what? We need to talk about that because that'd be a good topic of discussion, man. I'd like to do a long form video with you, Taco. We should do one here. Come into the studio. We'll chop it up, or do it over the phone. Call it in or something. You know, I'd like to do one. It'd be cool. I'll put it to you this way: I kept grinding with stickers. My best months, I was bringing in 10K in stickers. Did you just see that?
Yeah.
10K in stickers.
I can only dream.
Dude, 10K in stickers is outrageous, my friend. How many stickers were you pumping out? That's what I want to know. Your head must have been spinning. 10,000 in stickers. That's insane, man. It can happen. I can see it happening. I can really see it happening. Definitely feasible. Do you guys want to move on to the next custom? Let's hit it up.
This will probably be my last thing before I leave, but we were talking about Age of Extinction, and I made this 2 years ago. My custom Earthrise Optimus Prime evasion mode Optimus Prime. So if you remember in Age of Extinction, Optimus got hunted down by Cemetery Wind, much like the other Autobots, and he took the form of a busted up old semi-truck, and he had like bullet wounds and all these like scratches and all this dirt and dust covering him. So I took a Earthrise Optimus and I drilled bullet holes. I did scratches. I made them all dirty. I did brown washes. I did metallic bronze washes on metal parts to make it look all rusted and old. I scraped some parts, and much like the Ratchet, here is the Age of Extinction evasion mode Optimus. And this was, I think, might have been my first ever like full-on custom.
It looks great. I'm gonna call this one the Mark Wahlberg Romeo.
God. The Mark Wahlberg Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know how well it picks up on the camera, but in hand, the red, I intentionally left some parts of the red from the regular vehicle mode to peer through, just like how in the movie you can see underneath, under all the dirt and the grime. Yeah. It was originally red at one point.
Yeah, I get it too.
But yeah, so that is one of my earliest customs, and it's probably the one I'm the most proud of because I love the idea of Optimus Prime being this busted up old semi-truck, and I wanted to see what that would look like in a G1 art style. And this is one of my favorites just I've ever done, you know? Like, that's it. Because I maybe have to zoom in on the camera, but
where do you want to hit at?
Like in the chest area.
The chest. Oh yeah.
But if you remember in the movie, Optimus opens his chest to show his spark to Cade. So I hope it can pick up on the camera. But I did paint in
Bro.
the center area blue to make it look like Optimus's spark is inside of him. I don't know how well it picks up, but there is blue painted inside of there to make it look like the spark is in the chamber of his chest. To what?
Taco, look what he said. He goes, "That's the custom I take to my bed." And when she asked if I brought protection, I said I would point at him.
Good lord.
Oh God. This is supposed to be G-rated.
Yeah,
sir.
This is a Christian YouTube channel. How much for the truck? $25,000. But yeah, so also if you look on the crotch,
That's his son. His son was asking how much for it.
oh wait, is
This is Joe. Joe is
his name Cade?
I believe so. Right, Joe. Am I right?
Oh, that's no, because that'd have to be a no, because Cade is Mark Wahlberg's character in the movie.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
yeah.
I got you.
But let me.
He said, "Write that down. Write that down." That's what.
So that was his robot mode. Now let me show you his vehicle mode. I'll have to transform it a little bit. So
We'll switch off there as you transform it there. I got you. Yeah. He said it. Yeah, he followed up, but he caught it. You could just said Marky Mark,
Marky Mark and the Funky
and the
Bunch.
Funky Bunch. Joe, what's your favorite Transformers? What Taco, Joe, whoever's else in here,
This will
favorite Transformers movie?
This will determine the value of your life.
We're gonna scale the viewers right now.
Yeah, ranking our subscribers.
Ranking our subscribers and viewers right now on the value of their movie review. Best one.
A-tier subscribers like the original Transformers movie.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to decide. Put in your votes right now. I gotta see. Tell us what your favorite one is. And starting now. Music change.
So, this is Optimus Prime. Oh, you have to
Yeah, I
move
see
the
it.
camera
Yeah.
down. This is Optimus Prime in his truck mode. So, much like the vehicle or the robot mode, you can see he has all the grime and weathering and all the damage from being hunted down by cemetery wind. And I like to display him primarily in the truck because in Age of Extinction, you see most of Evasion Optimus Prime in the truck mode. But yeah, so you get a better look at some of the damage on the side of his legs. But yeah, so
That's what he looks like transformed.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I made
Taco
this.
says this isn't even my final form. He said the 2007 one.
2007. I like that one a lot. And,
Okay, Joe says Bumblebee opening sequence.
that is objectively the best Transformers Optimus or Transformers movie.
Hands down, dude. Like that part,
Man,
that's what gave. You know what? I try to
thinking about that scene makes me sad though, because now they're going back to just Michael Bay stuff, and I'm like, we had 2 minutes of amazing Transformers in live action.
Joe, what's funny is whenever we talk about like Transformers, sometimes like I remember telling Bub, I was like, "Yo, you really need to see Bumblebee," and he was like, "I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it." And eventually, he broke down and watched it, and then
No, we went to watch it as your Christmas gift from me to you.
yeah,
Because I didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to watch it. And the Bumblebee movie, I love those first 2 minutes of
it's
them
a
on
it's a
Cybertron.
pretty good movie.
I call it a horse girl, both a car. It's not my favorite movie, but it's all right. But I love that opening sequence on Cybertron. I remember watching it for the first time. I only had heard like, oh, they're doing the G1 sequence, and I saw some of the pictures of the G1 characters. But watching it, and you see like Soundwave drop down, and he talks, he has the vocoder effect, and like watching that, I was like, that's just Soundwave, you know?
Mhm.
And then you see Shockwave, and when he talks, he has the lighter Corey Burton kind of voice, and that was just in his eye, like flickers when he talks, just like the show, and that was just like wild. Like finally, after 15 years, Transformers that I've always wanted to see in live action is on screen.
Taco, have you watched Bumblebee? If you haven't seen Bumblebee, man, that's a really, I think it's underrated out of the Transformers.
And then the sequel is gonna be bad. But we're not talking about that.
He says he slammed his credit card down. He's like, made the whole thing shake. He's like, yo, I need that Transformer right now.
Yeah, not for sale.
Jeezy. Now, is that Jeezy Treasy? Number one.
I think it's Creasy.
Creasy. Jeezy? Oh, it'd been cool if it was Jeezy Mick Creasy.
Barn find Optimus Prime. He looks like he's been in a barn. But yes, like this is one of my this is probably my best custom I've ever done. I don't really think I've really matched this besides maybe my recent Ratchet.
Okay, so Taco says he's only seen it once. He's only seen it once. That's a movie I think definitely needs to be a rewatch. If you've only seen it once, you definitely need to like give it a second like viewing, just to take it all in.
LC Squared said, "Give me a full live action movie on Cybertron,
no humans."
Well,
I can see that being cool, but then at the same time, they want to sell like the human aspect of it.
They're doing a Cybertron prequel animated movie, which I was very excited for until I found out it's the Toy Story 4 director making it.
Yeah, gosh.
So that movie is doomed. But yeah, I would.
Speaking of Toy Story,
I would kill. You have no idea what I would do to get a live action Transformers movie on Cybertron. About the war on Cybertron.
Okay, hold on. Hear me out.
What?
Transformers movie, Cybertron, practical effects only.
I don't think that could be done. But
either done with puppets, stop animation.
I think like it's just like it's always annoyed me with Transformers that they have like with Transformers really has never explored in animation or in movies or in any like visual medium except for the video games, the war on Cybertron. Like there was the Netflix show, but that was terrible. It's like there's a very strange lack of Transformers media just focusing on the war on Cybertron. And it's just kind of like confusing because that's one of the like major aspects of Transformers that's never really been shown much. And I would kill for a movie to feature just all of the war on Cybertron, just no Earth stuff, just them, a focus on them as the characters, and those like that'd be awesome, you know?
That would be awesome. Hey guys, if you're out there, man, hit that freaking like button on this to get us some hit us up. We need to get more in the algorithm, the AI. We never get hits in the algorithm, dude. We always have like good topics and stuff like that, but for some reason, it never gets hit. As you notice, as we lose another viewer. What's crazy about this whole situation, dude? I just looked at I just went back and looked at the analyst, the analytics of this video, and we actually lost a subscriber.
Yeah, that's expected.
It happens. It goes up and down.
But
it's one of those things, dude.
OG Taco said 2007 is special because 1, Linkin Park, but 2, there is a 1965 Bella Verde, I don't know, word that makes an appearance when Sam's dad takes him to buy a car. I like the 2007 movie. They did a release of it in theaters last year for its anniversary. And the 2007 movie is my favorite of the live action movies. And rewatching it in theaters was like, it's a whole different experience. Like Michael Bay, he makes movies for movie theaters.
Yeah.
So like watching it for the first time in a theater when like Megatron flies down and he crashes down into the ground and it has like this really big like oomph to it.
Yeah.
It's like I really like the third movie, or the first movie. It has definitely the most well-rounded Autobot cast, like out of all of the movie movies they've made. The first movie has the most distinct characterization for the Autobots. It has the best version of Optimus in live action besides the Bumblebee movie. And it has the best variety of action set pieces.
Jeezy says, hire those Brazilian float makers for the practical effects. Dude, those floats are freaking crazy, by the way.
I think if they gave like a, Leica? Have Leica Studios do Transformers movie?
Yeah, let Leica do it. It would be sick, dude. That'd be crazy, man, if they did live stop motion, live action practical effects.
Travis Knight is I think the owner of Leica. It's like, get Travis Knight to get his stop motion animation guys.
You know who we don't need in Transformers?
What?
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. Oh god. But
Jeezy says lost the sub.
Yeah.
Happens all the time, bro. One time, okay, here's the funny thing. Algorithms are weird. Viewers are weird. Subscribers are weird on YouTube. I've had some videos like do like kind of viral for me. I mean, 10,000, 9,000 videos, views on a video, 4,000, whatever it is. And it got them in a short amount of time. Not all the videos are the same. I did more like toy hunting. So we kind of changed the format of doing like more like reviews and stuff like that, which is easier for me. Do you know how hard, Taco, it's so hard to do long form videos out in public and to keep relevant. It was always that like drive to go do it and have to spend money or go look. Man, I got so worn out on it. I wanted to do something that was like, do it from home, dude. Do it where it's comfortable. Do it where it doesn't seem like I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses and buy a bunch of stuff. It just didn't seem right, man. It's like sometimes you go out there and you do these things and you're not yourself. Taco, you probably know this too. Your skits you do and some of the things that you put on, like it's a part of you, but it's an exaggerated part of you. And then sometimes you want to be real, and then sometimes you can't be as real as you want because you're afraid to offend people, or you're afraid to say things that may be offensive, or someone might take the wrong way. And that's how it is with like the algorithms and stuff like that. And it's like you just gotta be you, and that's what I would like to do. It's like, this is our format. This is us. You know what I mean? We don't like to put. Some people like to curse on their live stream. We don't like to do that. No, at home I might curse. I might do it all the time, you know what I mean, or whatever. So, but I try not to. That's something I'm working on. It's a personal thing. I go up in job sites where it's the F bombs. Is the freaking A word. Actually the F word is A. Like, would you get that? It's in the place of that. Like, hey, can you get that hammer? It's like, can you get that hammer? It's like that's how it is. So sometimes it's hard to break that. So I try to get away from that. It's been tough. LC Squared says full-on political spy thriller with giant robots on a metal planet.
I would love
Air Force One with robots. Have you seen Air Force One?
I never heard of Air Force One.
Dude, Air Force One, Harrison Ford, Gary Oldman as the lead spy, Russian spy. Good movie. Mom and I just watched it the other night.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Love a political spy thriller for Transformers. Like the Transformers Aligned Continuity, which was like in the Aligned Continuity, it was a series of video games, shows, and books. And there was a book trilogy that was called, man, I don't remember what the book. I think it was called Transformers Exodus, Transformers Exiles, and then there was a third one. But that book trilogy is basically about the beginning, middle, and then I believe it's post-war. And I don't know about the post-war part. I think that might be something else. But I remember the first two books were about the very start of the Cybertronian War. And I love it because it shows the relationship of Optimus and Megatron pre-war. And it shows everything that leads up to the big old conflict. And then the second one is all about the war itself.
Yeah.
And then the third one is about, whenever they're trying to get to Earth, and then there's a little bit of it after the war. And I would kill for that to get put into an animated show or a
something,
movie.
right?
Because that's such an interesting era.
You don't get those. You don't get those like story characteristics or the character, the arcs, story arcs.
It's such an interesting era for Transformers, and there's only been one show that has done it, and it's the Netflix show, which is terrible. But it's like I would love for there to be a show, a good show, that shows what created the Decepticon faction and what started Megatron's revolution on Cybertron, and show what Cybertronian life is, because there really isn't any focus on what Cybertronian life and culture is outside of comics and books. And I'd love for
you don't see any of that on the screen.
I would love for an animated movie or series to actually delve into that.
I want to know what goes on,
Because
you brought up somebody brought up something about the beards and goatees. How do they shave? What's up?
I think it's just a design thing.
I don't know. Do that? Is it?
I mean, Alpha Trion in the original show grew a beard, so
yeah.
But they probably just modified. He probably just made himself look older.
Taco says we don't talk about the second one though. Why not?
I don't hate the second one.
Devastator got balls, son.
Oh lord. The second one I like in a how did this happen?
Come on, Mudflap and Skids, bro.
You're not a fan of Mudflap and Skids?
Come on, dude. Come on, Mudflap and Skids. Everybody gets so mad about it. I'm like, dude, those are just two homies hanging out, just chilling. Where'd they learn to talk like that? We don't know. We weren't there. We didn't get the backstory.
Well, they went to Earth. So
they came to Earth.
They learned it from the internet, like how the first movie
they scanned. They scanned a freaking ice cream truck. Where'd they get a copy of the ice cream truck at?
I love the ice cream truck from the movie.
Yeah, that's a cool one. He says,
Man, I wish Transformers would do more like weird, specific vehicles. Because there's really no Transformer that's a submarine. You know, like the fifth movie has it, but it barely appears.
Yeah. Taco was saying, he says, I will show you the way. I know what he's talking about. He's talking about like the how to algorithms and stuff like that. Stuff. He says all the time. And I think he's talking about whenever we're talking about like personality and like exaggerating and stuff like that. And then he said, gosh darn fudge pickles. And he says, I used to not, and then Jeezy says, I used to not cuss in front of my parents. Now I'm the parent. That's how it is, man. The teacher becomes the master. And now this guy.
Yep. I'm not good at anything.
Oh, bull corn.
But, yeah. We've been going for 2 hours, I think.
Yeah, I think so. This is the second one jumping on. You know, I'm going to show one last thing.
Oh, yeah.
This is the last thing I got to show. And this is part of the, this is one of the other last things I got coming in. This is a motor. So this one was Motor Max. Ooh, I'm gonna pop this one out. Boop, boop, boop. This one, the trunk. Okay, so this one, the trunk doesn't open. That's probably, boy, hitting you up with these, another lowrider. 124 scale Buick Regal. I believe that is a 1983. I gotta peep it out. Sorry, 1987. Sitting in style, spinning. This one, the trunk does not open. So each one of these have some things that are all different from each other. This one, the hood and doors open, the trunk doesn't open. The Maisto one, which is the green Caprice, that one, everything opened up. And so did I think it's called the Wheelie. Theirs all open up. And then for some reason, I want to say this is like a Montezuma El Camino. Only the doors open. Did the hood open?
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did either. And it does not. But that Regal is pretty sick. And if you guys ever want to come out to the shop, you should come out to the shop and hang. Come and talk. I love to chop it up. Taco knows sometimes I'll be in there talking and we'll be talking, and if someone starts talking, I gotta go talk to them, and then like next thing I know, somebody else comes in, I'm talking to them too. But yeah, man, that's another one of the vehicles that just drove up to the shop. That's a cool one. One of my favorites. I love the lowriders. It looks so cool, man. I think the biggest thing too is like when I was younger, I grew up in that era where it was like all about the lowriders. So I always wanted one. I could never pull it off. The closest thing I got was with the station wagon. It's the closest thing I got. I always tell people that the station wagon was my lowrider, and it had Dayton's, and it was cool. Me and my brother had a subs in that bad boy and everything. Loved it. He's taking it for a spin. White top, white interior. That blue metallic. Dayton wheels on white walls, bro. 87 Buick. One thing I'll say this, that emblem on the front, you see that little chrome emblem? You see it on the front?
Mm-hmm.
It will snap off.
Can I snap it off?
No, don't snap it off.
I want to.
So they are delicate that way. Do you have anything else to show?
That was it.
Well, guys, man, I think we are done for tonight. We're doing an hour and 35 minutes plus the 35 minutes. Yeah,
the last one.
Before the tornado action was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That was wild. I had an 82 S10. Yeah, dude, 100 spokes on white walls, dude. That's awesome. Boy, I need to see a picture of that if you got one. Yeah, I miss Lowrider Art Magazine. Never seen in my drawings though. That's what Jeezy says. Dude, that's so funny you say that. I remember that magazine too, man. I used to look in it all the time. They used to inspire me, man. Like Mr. Cartoon. What's funny is you'd think a lot more people would know who Mr. Cartoon was, but a lot of people don't, surprisingly. I remember back in the day, you would go to the flea market and you would see hundreds of bootleg Mr. Cartoon shirts and posters and stuff like that. Is that still how it is? Like, I haven't been to a really good flea market in a long time. I used to go to the one on Northwest 10th Street in Penn in Oklahoma City back in the day. That one was happening, man. You can buy all the kind of jewelry and stuff in there. There's one Hispanic dude that was up front that he would fix jewelry, and that dude was one of the best jewelers I ever met, because I had some rings that broke that I bought from like Whitehall and Zales, and I took them to him and he fixed every one of them. They were beautiful. Yeah, you'll see bootlegs of my merch. Are you serious?
I'll make sure to buy them.
No, don't buy those bootlegs. You know what's funny though, Taku, is like I actually like modern bootlegs of there's a couple of guys I follow on Instagram. They're the boutique vintage bootlegs, and I've got some shirts that I paid stupid money for, and they look like just regular t-shirts, but that's like my Ninja Turtle one that I got. I don't know if you ever seen me in it. That one's a stupid money shirt, but it's so cool. I was like, dude, I gotta have it, because you can't find anything like that. I love that they had a Transformer one that was like a full-blown print. Full body prints are hard to find anymore. Full body print t-shirts are like $80 to $100 now, and that's what I love to get. Well, man, I think we're good. I think we should just walk on out and give this thing like a 2-minute spin.
You sure?
Yeah. You know what? Let's trade out the vehicle. We're gonna end this one on with the bangers. Dude, okay, there's a guy. I'm gonna have to send you this guy's link. You just mentioned that he just dropped some bootleg. He dropped the bootleg what's that? Steve Austin. I think you'd get down on that shirt. I'd like to get myself an old bootleg Piper shirt. Piper. Some crazy, maybe some Ultimate Warrior. That'd be wild. Well, man, I think I'm gonna say this is kind of a weird evening tonight. The storm's coming in, kind of freaky, a little bit stressful, but I'm glad everybody came back and watched. We had up to like 11 people at one time. So if you're watching this video afterwards and you hung in there, man, go ahead and hit up the like button, hit up the subscribe button, tell your friends, tell your mom's friends, tell them where we're at. If you like our content, if you like our store, come hang out with us, come talk to us. Almost everybody I've gotten in contact again with including Joe. We've traded numbers and we trade toys, trade stories, just have a good time. Good stuff, man. All right, man. Yep. Joe says good stuff. If I don't talk to you before, I'll see you at the swap. And Taco, I know I'm gonna see you at the swap. Jeezy, if you're around, you should come down to the swap. Everybody, do what's right in your life. Make great decisions. Sometimes make decisions that are hard, that you know will make you a better person. Live your life to the fullest. Just remember, man, tomorrow's another day. Let's make it a positive one.